Served hot, just the way you like it. Here's your weekly serving of food, news, and views. Tim Beeman, Stephanie Hess, and Nikki Miller-Ka are Tart and Tangy Triad.
Hey guys, this is Tim from Tart and Tangy Triad, reminding everyone to go to the website tartandtangytriad.com, like our Facebook, and follow us on Twitter. Talk real quick about our official sponsor at Tart and Tangy Triad. That's Washington Perkin Provision Company with 2 locations in Winston-Salem. One's in Washington Park, 228 West Acadia Avenue, and the other here downtown is 401 West 4th Street. You can find more information about them on WashingtonPerk.com. They have coffees shop that they serve Larry's Beans coffee in the morning with biscuits, or they serve coffee all day. They serve the biscuits in the morning. They have a deli that has lunchtime sandwich specials Monday through Friday. They have dairy products from Homeland Creamery. They have a beer wall. They have just about anything you want. It's not a full-fledged grocery store, but it's much better than a convenience store. Check them out again. WashingtonPerk.com, 228 West Acadia Avenue, 301 West 4th Street. This week, Stephanie talks about one of my favorite condiments. I am a fan of sauce. Sauce. S-A-U-C-E. Sauce. I am a fan of it. Not just the drinking kind of sauce. Sauce. And she's talking about one of them. I'll let her talk about it. Nikki had to leave before the show was over this week, so we didn't get to record her video, but she was covering competition dining. You want to find out more about competition dining, check out her blog, which is nicksnacksonline.com. So until next week, I believe that's the 9th of June. My name is Tim saying thanks for watching and thanks for listening. Bon appetit.
Hi everybody, happy Friday and also happy National Ketchup/Catsup Day. Which one is correct? Well, we'll talk a little bit about ketchup. It is not something that started with the Heinz company back in 1800s. Ketchup actually goes as far back as 1690. We think it might have been based on something that was called ketchup, which my Chinese is terrible, but that would be in China. There was another version of it in Indonesia. And if you're a food historian like me, your first thought might be, what do you mean 1690? No one in that area of the world was eating tomatoes at that time. Well, it wasn't made of tomatoes. In that part of Asia, that long ago, ketchup was actually made from pickled and brined shellfish. And that's the way it continued to be made all the way up until the early, I believe it was about 1801, was the first time ketchup turned up in an American cookbook with a tomato base to it. And over the course of the 19th century and beyond, that's when it began to turn into this tomato sauce that we think of it today. So let's go back to the ketchup-catsup debate. Actually, they're both correct, and over the years have been called different things by different companies. They're both correct pronunciation. Most brands say ketchup, but there are still some catsup strongholds in the United States. One of those is clearly Philadelphia, because that's where my mother's from, and she says catsup. I said catsup until I was mocked so viciously as a child that I changed my pronunciation. But Webster says they're both correct, and celebrate it today. Put it on a cheeseburger or hot dog and have fun. And we will see you next week. The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are solely those of the contributors and are not necessarily shared by our distributors or hosting company. This podcast is copyrighted and cannot be reproduced without express written consent of such and such limited, Inc.
Yeah, girl.